our children are really excited to perform for you today. They've been working with Mrs. Dean and Mrs. Cristalis to prepare something special for you today. Okay, they're going to be handing out handbells for them, and since we do have, this is our 6th grade, but we also have some of our 5th graders because of the combo of Mrs. Gonzalez's class. They are doing individual notes as compared to the other grades are doing chords, and so the other grades do 2 to 4 colors at a time, which will make up the chord, as compared to these guys are able to do just 1 note with each bell. And so they've been working on it, and we thought we were going to have to share bells because we didn't have enough for everyone. But Dr. Nelson went out and made sure that we got a couple more sets of bells so that everybody could play and we wouldn't have to switch bells in the middle of it. But they don't know what color they're going to have either, so they've had to practice with every different color because you don't know what color you'll be handed that day of. And so they had to be an expert at each color, so no matter what color they get, they know when to play. they've worked really hard at being able to play the jig